Svenskarnas parti.
When Roberto Fiores came to Sweden to visit us, I was one of the privileged to attend this meeting. And what he said... Better? You hear me?
Okay.
Great. And what Roberto said was so inspiring that when I heard that I could get the opportunity to come here to Italy and see the heart and soul of Forza Nuova in Bonifacio, I didn't hesitate for a second. And I would like to start with thanking the organizers of this meeting for the opportunity for me and the party I represent, Svenskarnas parti, or Party of the Swedes, that is the English translation, to be able to be here today and speak to you. English isn't my first language, so I have problem articulating some sentences, so that's why I need this paper. And I hope you... As Rosario said, my name is Patrik Sverin. I'm a member of Svenskarnas parti. And I would like to take this opportunity to present our party to you. But to understand why we have founded our party, you must first understand the situation in Sweden. A big difference between Sweden and a lot of other European countries is that we haven't been at war for almost 200 years. So when the Second World War ended in 1945, we didn't have to build our country up from scratch again. Rather the opposite. During these years and the next 30 and 40 years, we build up our country to a modern welfare state with very high standard amongst the people. This on the other side led to that people was not used to fight for a greater cause, and that they let their guard down. So when the government in 1975 decided that Sweden from that day on was to be a multicultural society, almost no one reacted to this madness. And why should they? Previous to that decision, the society had flourished. So the Swedish people trusted their leaders. The years went by, but the major difference with the society were getting worse instead of better. But still, no one reacted, at least not very many. You see, because of the way our society had worked for so very long time. I'm sorry. There had not been a need for a nationalistic movement in that sense before. The nationalistic roots have always been a part of our subconscious. But the more the establishment with the government and the mass media started to promote promote the multicultural society, the more we forgot our roots and our obligations to our forefathers and children to be. So when we reached the early 90s, it was the youth and not the elderly that reacted and started to take action. And now we have come to a very big difference between Sweden and a lot of other European countries. All over Europe, it has been a living tradition to work nationalistic. so that they are well established and have a good foundation to build from. But in Sweden, it was the youth who started to work from scratch for a nationalistic Sweden again. We didn't have any elderly people giving us advice on tactical or strategic matters. We had to learn from our mistakes. And like a child growing up, we went through several phases, trying to learn how to best achieve our goal. And now we have reached present day. In a country with only 9 million inhabitants, we got more than 2 million immigrants. This has led to rape, murder and injustice. Swedish people are afraid in their own country. There are almost no more living Swedish culture left. It has been erased or replaced with American capitalistic consumption culture. Our old ideals are considered boring. Instead, the society promotes decadence, promiscuous living, and race mixing. And this leads us to the founding of our party. About 4 years ago, Svenskarnas Parti was founded. From the very same people who have been active in the nationalistic movement in Sweden since they were young. The very big difference is that now they have grown up. They have learned from the mistakes of the past. They have developed their own tactics and are now ready to face the responsibility to bring Sweden back on its feet and secure the existence of Swedish people. After only a little more than 1 year after the party was founded, we ran in several elections in different cities. And that led to our first local seat in a Swedish town. And this started a great panic in the mass media and amongst the politicians. They went to such length that they forced the tax authorities to write our candidate in another city so that he no longer could keep his seat in the city's council. And this is how the establishment worked to encounter us. But I think that they're only biting their own tails. Because since then, the support of our party has only been growing stronger. More and more people are joining us. We are becoming the unifying party for all Swedish nationalists. So that now we are working more and more together instead of fighting each other. And I think that the key for us to get so strong in such short of time is that we work with passion. We have the ambition to succeed, and we believe in the future. And also, our leadership and representatives have been through the hard trials, earning the respect and confidence amongst the nationalists in Sweden. And that the fact that we got invited here today is some kind of proof that we are starting to get somewhere. When we get acknowledged from our European kinsmen, I would also like to say, or give a very big thank you to Rosario for organizing. Where is he? There he is. Thank you, Rosario. And to Vito and Beppe for driving us all the way from Brindisi to here for 5 hours. Thank you, but they are not here today. And finally, to my friend Franco, who has translated and explained things to us so we don't look like idiots standing here.
Ringraziamenti a Vito e a Rosario per l'organizzazione, a Vito per averli portati sotto il sole per 5 ore qua e a Franco che ha fatto di tutto con le sue traduzioni per non farli apparire degli idioti, che certamente non sono.
Avanti Forza Nuova!
Grazie a Patrik, a Peter e Andreas. E adesso lasciamo la parola a Davide che è coordinatore, riesce